on, y'all? Welcome back to another Reef Karma video. My name is Brett. Today I have something super special for y'all. We rolled in, went to shoot some lionfish, and stumbled upon a napping sea turtle. I can't wait to share this with you. This is the reason why I started the YouTube, to share videos like this with people who might not get to experience this all the time. So let's dive in and enjoy. Alright, me and Captain Jason rolling in. On the way down, it was either this dive or the last dive. I rolled in without my regulator in my mouth, so I was holding my breath, a little uncomfortable. My mask kind of slid off, sucked in a little water, but we persevered. We put it back in our mouth, purged the regulator, got some fresh air in the lungs, and we're good to go. We're on our way down. I will put the picture of the dive computer up. I think this was like a 80 to 95 foot dive, not too deep. Not too shallow. It was a little dirty at the top of the water column. You can see all that schmegma. Looks like boogers. We call it snot sometimes. That's that dirty green water. But I promise you it clears up and you get a beautiful shot of some marine sea life. I can hear my wife laughing in the background, so maybe I'm doing something good. Alright, so yeah, we're on the spot. It's a little coop. It's a chicken coop. See a little snapper swimming around. There's plenty of lionfish. And then, wow, look at that. I see a sea turtle, which I see fairly frequently, but this one let us get up close and personal and gave us a little show, which was awesome. So, yeah, just working on this first lionfish. Easy shot, just hanging out in the sand. Not really making me work for it. And there's this little group of 5 or 6. And they're right next to the turtle's head, so I saw those two next to the turtle's head and I was like, well, I'm not gonna shoot a spear next to a 300-400 pound turtle, so let me get these stragglers over here first. So I worked my way to the other side of the coop, away from the turtle, and Jason's on the opposite side of me, clearing up that side of the coop, stuffing him in the zookeeper. Shout out zookeeper. I'm checking that turtle. I don't want to startle him, and I want to make sure I get a good shot when he does decide to leave, because we're making a ruckus. And I think this is where he starts to skedaddle. Yeah, right as soon as my spear went toward his head. I wasn't going to shoot my spear if it was anywhere near his head, so as soon as I got a little too close to him, he said, "I'm out of here, guys." I gave him a little wave goodbye. He crawled right out of his little hole and swam off into the big blue sea. Such a cool moment. So happy I had my GoPro for that. Yeah, just continue to clean up the lionfish on this little coop. It's a single coop. This is called a chicken coop. We call them chicken coops. From what I was told, large commercial farming facilities in Alabama and Mississippi, Louisiana, they use these large metal containers to house all the chickens. And when they're done, out of commission, they'll sell them to commercial fishermen or charter captains or even private gentlemen like myself, and you can pay to have them dropped on the bottom of the ocean. So it creates an artificial reef, creates a fish habitat, and gives you your own little private number. That's what I was told. I'm not 100% sure on those facts. You can look them up, but I believe them. It was from a reliable source and a retired helicopter pilot. See, I'm just continuing cleaning up these lionfish. My spear gets stuck, which happens more often than you'd think. It's metal on metal, but it always finds a hole to get stuck in. And you can see I check over my shoulder quite a bit, check behind me, and that's because predators like sharks, they hunt just like you would see a cheetah hunt a deer. They come from behind and they sneak up on you and they steal your fish or sniff your foot, make you a little uneasy. So you'll notice a lot of times I'll be checking my sides and what's going on behind me is situational awareness. And I'm just taking a look from the top of the pyramid, seeing if I can see any lionfish spines or some of those red stripes, see if I missed any, but Pretty sure we got them all. Me and Captain Jason are pretty good at cleaning off coops in a very short amount of time. So yeah, I see the weight over there. Making my way back to the weight. You see that little triggerfish. Give him a little wave goodbye. And then you can see that snapper working in the picture. It's actually a mangrove snapper. Pretty decent size. I don't have my spear gun on this dive. I just brought a pole spear to shoot the lionfish. Jason did bring his gun just in case. And I see him eyeballing that snapper, and I'm thinking what you're thinking. He's gonna shoot that snapper. So I make my way back to the weight, and I just pause. I'm gonna watch his back, make sure a shark doesn't come in, or if he gets wrapped up or tangled or whatever. I'm just there to give a helping hand, and I turn around and he put a spear right in that snapper. So it's a great shot. It looks like it was probably about an 8-foot shot. Pretty long shot for us. And he gets that fish under control and dispatches it. Typically we pull out the gills, just immediately bleeds them, stops them from fighting and stressing and pumping adrenaline through the meat, makes it a little more tender. And you don't have to mess with a knife or bring another instrument into the picture. So yeah, he gets that fish under control, and we start to head up. Pretty short dive, but I wanted to make this a standalone video because of how cool of an encounter with that sea turtle it was. This is the reason why I made the YouTube channel, is just to share little moments like this that I get to experience quite often with people who, may not have ever dove before, never thought about diving, or who don't even fish or get out on the ocean very often. So y'all could get a little peek inside of my hobby, and maybe you'll make a hobby out of it. Who knows? I just love the ocean, and it's a passion of mine, and I'd love to share it with whoever will listen. I also want to shout out Zookeeper. In this video, they have a little November monthly competition where if you submit you shooting lionfish using your Zookeeper, which is the contraption that we house lionfish in because they are poisonous, and if you get stuck it hurts and stings and whatever. So I just want to shout out them. They wanted us to post a video using a Zookeeper, shout out Zookeeper, and do some hashtags and stuff. So shout out to Zookeeper. Thanks for inventing something that allows me to stick lionfish in. Big props. Alright, so we just make our way up to the boat. Nothing crazy here. Jason gets his fish under control, and we climb up into the boat, and big smiles on our face. We talk about seeing the sea turtle, and it was a great dive. One of many this day. As you can see from the intro clip, the ocean was beautiful, less than a foot. I would think you were lying if you said there was any wind. It was not even 2 miles per hour. It was just a beautiful day. It was like a lake. It was so awesome. But thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you got a question. I'll see y'all later.